You're listening to Say It Common. I'm just saying the waffle, as a waffle, is absolutely obnoxious. Hey, this is just a song that fits in between genres. We're really trying to tell you that we're down-home folks without saying we're country, because we don't want the connotation of being good old boys.
I trade my truck for an iPhone 1. Turns out it was stolen and no longer works.
No.
The gods don't interfere with what may or may not be a cursed weapon. She didn't care when freaking a demon was in our party. Why would she give a crap about a cursed act?
That's funny.
What are you doing? Oh my God! What is happening?
This is why we did Say It Common, just for these kind of moments right here.
You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Tom Romero.
Anthony Tate.
Dustin Volts.
Oh my!
I didn't know I was
Who
here.
goes first? Who's on first?
Is it him?
But Seth wasn't
My
in
bad.
here, so it screwed the whole thing
that's
up.
what it is.
Yeah,
Well,
Seth's also here, but he's on the phone.
Between me or Tate, I was like, who was here first?
Seth's here, but he's on the phone, so maybe he'll be in here in a minute. Anyway, we're gonna kick this thing off because it's about an hour and a half till we play some D&D. And yeah.
Merry belated Christmas. We just had Christmas a few days ago, so we're going to do a gift exchange later. So we're super excited. The Commoners Gift Exchange.
Yeah, and it's what is today? The 28th?
28th.
It's the 28th, and what was I going to say?
Everything, the world as we know
you
it is
probably
still
won't
here.
hear this till about March.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, I haven't uploaded the last episode yet. Hopefully I'll be able to do that the following week. And then I'll have Say It in Common, plus we have a holiday game, and we're recording tonight. So that's going to be 4 episodes you have to look forward to. Seth is entering the door,
And locking it.
taking his shoes off.
He plans to murder us.
He looks slightly exasperated. He's smiling. He looks good. He's lost about 30 pounds. 40.
No, 32.
32 pounds.
35.
35 pounds. That's pretty good, Seth. You look good.
That makes sense because I've
You look
gained
like-
about 32 pounds, so I found
You look
it.
like you're back in high school. Y'all just traded some weight.
My wife
Yeah.
has lost 50.
50?
Didn't even look like she,
Wow.
you know.
I wouldn't
had
have
that
thought she
to
had that to
lose.
lose, yeah.
Until you look at the pictures back and you're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. She showed me a picture the other day and her face was just a moon. And now, like, she's.
Don't listen to
That's her
this.
words. That's her words.
Okay.
That's her words. She's like,
Yeah.
I have moon face. And now she's she's sculpted and angular.
Well, now I'm going to have to lose about 20.
Yeah, I'm, dude.
New Year's resolution.
Never
don't
worked.
believe
So
in those.
this is like a little TMI. The other day I went to the doctor for the first time since last year sometime, and I always record my blood pressure and my weight. Yeah. So last time I went was July 13th, 2023. I just went on December 18th.
Year and a
Blood
half.
pressure's up, and I'm pushing 300 pounds. I'm pushing. I'm knocking on the door, man.
Have you ever been 300 pounds?
No, never. So I'm going to an exclusive kale diet.
No, you're not.
Kale and broth.
Don't eat kale, Woolard. That's not cool. That's cannibalism, bro.
Oh my gosh, I forgot his name is Kale.
Man.
But no, I am. We're making some changes because
I just had one thing. I got a blood work and I was like, okay. Well, I don't remember what one thing it was, though. But like, I pretty much have a heart attack scheduled for 45 or so. That's just going to happen probably. So go.
Has your dad ever had one?
Oh yeah, he had a bad one, and he's like one of the most healthy people I know.
Yeah.
So
it's strictly genetic.
genetics. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I can't say that mine is genetic. When my dad had a heart attack, he had a heart attack at 38. He was not healthy, and he was aware of this fact. He was so aware of the fact that when they took him back and were asking him questions in the middle of this episode, they're like, okay, Mr. Tate, what's your blood type? He goes, I don't know. I cut myself shaving the other day and cheese came out. Is that an option? Is cheese an option? I mean, he's in the middle of having a heart attack, and he's cracking fat jokes.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, I mean, probably. But
My dad was power washing out his chicken houses had his heart attack. Like, I think he fell down and then like got up and was like, how did I get on the ground?
Just got back up, started pressure washing.
He got up, turned off the pressure washer, went and turned off the water, drove himself back up to the house, sat down on the couch like, I think I need to go to the hospital. I have to take a shower. Like, and we can tell he's acting weird. He's like, nope, I'm getting better all the time. I'm getting better all the time. Like,
Dude.
he would not go to the hospital to have his heart checked until after he had taken a shower. And then they took him, and he had a massive heart attack. And they told him the only reason that you lived is because you're in such good health. But he had some major blockages and stuff.
What
like
really is a heart attack?
It's where there's blockages in your valves, the arteries.
Yeah, the
and
arteries leading
the
into
blood
your heart
can't
are blocked
push
off.
around your body good
So
enough.
does your heart like
It's
Stop.
called cardiac arrest.
right?
So your heart is arrested. It
can't-
seizes.
Your
Yeah.
body, your heart has to have blood at all times and never stop.
It
Or
has
you
to.
stop.
It has to pump. If it doesn't pump,
It stops.
It causes problems.
So he really thought nothing had happened, and he like went. They did they can check your blood levels to see if there's a certain thing that spikes if you've had a heart attack, and they left. They went shopping, and they called like, you've got to get to a hospital right now. Like, okay, well, we're thinking about going to no right now. So they just had to turn around, and he went and had to have his heart taken care of. And
So they did
Stents.
the blood work, and then they let him leave because he thought he was okay, and then called him because the blood work came in and he was out shopping for something.
that's
wild.
that's my dad.
Well, after you have a heart attack, what do they normally do? I mean,
They want you to get.
They
your
want
health.
you to clear.
Yeah.
I mean,
They run stents,
Yeah.
or they can do a bypass if
Right.
it's severe
just
enough.
open up those valves so that blood can pump back properly.
Yeah.
But I just had one thing that was kind of bad on my test this
And you
past
can't
year.
remember what it was?
And it wasn't too big a deal.
Yeah.
Like, it was maybe 20 or 30 points over what it was supposed to be. So
That may be A1C then, or blood. I mean, something to do with blood sugar. I don't know.
my
I mean,
sugar
you're-
was fine.
You're an active guy with your
Yeah.
chicken houses and
I
everything.
am not, and that's my problem.
That's my problem recently. Is now I drive for a living, which kind of sucks.
Well, every 30 miles, just get out, run around the truck 4 times.
Also, I went to Silver City this past, like, the first time this year. We went a couple times, but the first time I could barely get into one of the rides, like Outlaw Run, I think. And I was like, okay. And they kicked me off of the Time Traveler. They wouldn't let me
hurts.
ride. So I was like, all right. If
What?
I'm gonna,
You're
I know. There's so many bigger guys than me, it looks like, riding these
like
rides.
a good sized football player wouldn't be able to ride the thing. Apparently,
Apparently not, but I couldn't. So I was like, I'm going to come to Silver City with my kids every year, so I've got to lose some. So
There-
well, don't bulk up.
There are
Don't
some
work out. You won't be able to get on the ride.
There are some restaurants that I will not go to because the booths are just like
Oh yeah, they'll cut into you.
I think I want to lose another 50 pounds. If I
what have
can.
you done?
Oh my gosh.
Calorie deficit is like, and I've not really done much of a workout. thing.
How do you know where the line is?
You can take a test online, tell how tall you are, how much you weigh, and it gives you what you're like. I think to maintain my weight back when I was like in the 280s, it was like I could eat 3,300 calories a day. So apparently, I mean, that's a normal day for me because I that's where I fluctuate. It was 285. So I was just eating that many calories. And so if you want to lose, you need to eat a certain amount. So you put in, I want to lose so much weight by this point. And like, all right, 1,500 calories a day.
Say right now, when you do that, one of those apps, they're gonna be like, you're gonna kill yourself. But those apps are just being really cautious. Yeah.
Well, I have a hard time with it because, like, I look back on what I ate in a day. I'm like, how am I maintaining my weight? Like, I don't feel like I feel like I have a metabolic problem.
Don't eat sugar.
I probably need to
And
get
the-
off of sugar
and the
completely and
big
just see
thing-
what happens.
I think more to your point,
Honestly, you
the
give
big
up sodas.
thing.
If you drink a soda every day, you give up sodas, you'll lose like 20 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
and
really have a soda
drink
problem.
Only
Do you-
water.
I mean, you drink.
I
you
drink energy drinks, but they're all
Right.
sugar free,
I mean,
which isn't good for you either. For
me
its
see the
own,
can.
own thing.
yeah, being that it's energy free, or I mean, sugar free doesn't.
I mean, I don't. I never drink those. That's maybe the second one of those
Oh,
I've
that ain't
ever
bad
even
at all.
had.
Only 10 calories.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's bad for you in a sugar way or a calorie way, but it may be bad in a metabolic way. But like Celsius is what I normally drink. I drink one of those about every day, and they supposedly boost your metabolism. They're like almost like a pre-workout type deal. They're supposedly one of the most healthy energy drinks there is that you can get easily. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I feel like there's got to be days I don't eat 2,000 calories.
Calorie deficit. Drink lots and lots of water.
And high protein. I watched one guy, and he's a fitness guy. He's like, anytime I'm deciding to cut, I don't worry about tracking my calories. I count protein. Like, I'm going to eat 300 grams of protein today. And he's like, usually that puts me lower than my calorie
You
intake.
need to be active though, or the protein will turn into fat.
Yeah.
Dang.
If you're not active enough, that protein gets turned into fat in your body. If you're not active enough.
I mean, I'm fairly active. I only work 3 days a week. On the days that I don't work or I'm not driving, even on days that I do drive, like I wear my Apple Watch almost all the time. I have my goals set on the highest activity level, and I hit it a lot, like 3 or 4 times a week, and not even trying.
Diet, when you're talking about weight loss, diet is more important than exercise.
Yeah.
A lot more important. But drinking water is really, really good for you. You need to drink lots of water, more than you probably expect you should.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking at least 5 to 6 bottles of water every day,
Yeah.
and it's a lot. And
You get a gallon jug and just mark that.
That's what I take to work with me. It's like a 64 ounce, and I finish it every day.
Yeah,
I do drink a lot of water.
then the biggest thing is stay away.
I
from
need to probably
sugar.
just stay away from sugar. So I probably do consume a little bit
So
more sugar than I should.
Your body goes through like levels before it will burn fat, and it's excess sugar, which is really, really easy for us to get. And then after that, there's like, I don't know, there's a spot in your body. It's been a long time since I looked it up. Your body stores emergency energy there. And that's why a lot of the weight loss diets will tell you to get 30 minutes of exercise. That's burning that store. And then everything after that point, as long as you haven't had any excess sugar and candy, sweets, all that stuff that gives you extra sugar, as long as you haven't had anything of that and you've done like 20, 30 minutes of exercise, everything you do after that, you're burning fat now. But if you overdo it and you exhaust your body will go into a panic. And
Survival state.
It will go into a panic if you overdo it. That's why they tell you to pace yourself, because if you overdo it, what's going to happen is your body's going to say, "Oh, I'm in danger." It's not going to burn fat, and it's going to burn lean muscle.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Because your body knows that it can hang on to fat longer than it can hang on to muscle.
Yeah.
So you don't want to exhaust yourself and stress your body out. You have to pace yourself.
30 minutes workout that I just can't make myself do.
Well, if you're active enough, that's probably how you've been able to lose weight, because your daily routine is active enough to burn that out, and then you're just not getting as much. But yeah, that's why they tell you like do like a 30-minute something in the morning. That's why I was doing like I was just jogging around my neighborhood in the morning. Yeah. It's hard to maintain on a normal guy, normal day-to-day family or work life. It's hard to maintain it, but that's where it comes from, is you're burning off that your body storing energy, and just does it every day.
Yeah. Last year when I was only working for myself, I was on a really good workout grind. But right now I need to just make myself work out on the days that I'm off, but I can't get up before 2:30 and work out. That's just not feasible. Yeah. And then I work 12 hours, so you don't really want to do it when you come home. And a lot of nights I have stuff to do.
You do feel better when you work out.
Oh, you
when
feel
you do
way
anything
better.
in the morning, you feel so much better by the time the afternoon comes.
Once you get it in the grind of doing it, because it's so hard to get back into it after you stop, after you were and then you stop, or it's been a while, because you get so sore and tired. Makes you not want to do it. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it one time, and he was like, if you haven't been working out for a while and you want to get back into working out, he said, do something really easy. He was like, don't work out really hard and make yourself sore where you can't work out the next day or the day after or whatever.
See,
he was like,
that's
just
what I
do a
wanna do.
little 10-minute, do 20 push-ups, just something easy.
That's not what I was thinking. Do a jog around the neighborhood.
Running is the easiest thing to like just make yourself go do it.
I hate running.
I hate getting my body up and moving it from one place to another. I hate it, dude.
A walk is even.
I
good.
hate walking.
I don't disagree. I feel the exact
I
same
just
way.
want to, honestly, all I want to do is just float from one place to another. And if that means that I have to eat less, I'll do it. All right.
Is it too much to ask just to lose weight playing video games? Jeez, my character ran 2 miles in Helldivers.
My God,
I need that
CJ,
VR setup where you can just you can run through Skyrim.
CJ caught the train, man.
When Ready Player One actually happens, we'll be in great
What's happening,
shape.
dude? People have it. I've seen
people
some
like
playing. It looks
I've
really
it's
stupid.
really clunky.
It is
really
not cost.
stupid.
It is not cost effective, and it looks terrible.
Oh my gosh, I saw a guy. This was to the extreme. It was hilarious. I think it was probably just for a meme, but it's probably a YouTube video. They made a racing sim rig that was like, they had it in like a warehouse and it was on wheels, and he was driving, like when he would drift, the whole thing would like turn. He was spinning around and it was making all kinds of noise.
So it was basically a car on a rig that
Yeah.
reacted to his steering wheel.
Right, yeah, it was a whole car basically. It just stayed in one spot, and he was getting slung around in the seat and stuff. It was really funny.
That's funny.
It's kind of. I saw a guy one time had he had it hooked up to his computer. It was like just recoil from the gun that he was firing in the game, and he was just like up in this thing, and he fired, and it was a 50 cal, and he just got blew back from it.
Oh my god!
He just punched him back like hydraulics from the computer.
That's funny.
I seen some guy on one of those like treadmill things running around in like what Seth was talking about, running around in Skyrim with a bow.
It's got like,
Did he have? Was he strapped in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's got like a curve to all around
Yeah.
you, like three-quarters around you.
Right.
So you run and you're never going anywhere, but you feel like you're moving
Yeah.
constantly.
And then he actually had like a physical like bow. It was like however he was shooting in game. It's like an actual
Yeah,
physical bow.
like a Wii bow.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You would. I feel like for that to be really good, it shouldn't be with a headset. It should be like you should have a 360 screen to where you can see your own feet.
Completely disagree. Sword Art Online, they just tap right into your nervous system and just steal your sensory input
Yeah.
from your brain.
Matrix this stuff, man.
That's
I don't
how
want
that's
that.
how it works in Ready Player One. Is they put a helmet on your head, and when your brain is sending impulses to your body, it just grabs those and sends them to your avatar. So your brain is actually moving your avatar.
Yeah.
But this summer I was up in
That's how
Springdale,
you end up trapped in.
and I went to like this hijinks, like this fun zone, whatever, laser tag, bowling,
Yeah.
and they had one of these things where you run around and shoot, and it's a helmet, and the thing about it is like if it wasn't a one size fits all, if you had it, like
Made for you.
made for your face, or at least made for a face that's your size, you wouldn't notice anything. Like this was really awesome. Like you're looking around, what you're perceiving with your eyes and your ears, because it had headphones that came with it. I mean, it was it was awesome.
I've never done
Even
anything.
bad VR can fool you.
Yeah.
The day that we can create a VR where the environment is so high, like high definition that you can't perceive the game from reality, that's the day that world is going to change drastically in only a couple of years.
Speaking
and
of
it'll
which-
probably happen in our lifetime, but it's not going to happen right now. It's just it's not a cost effective.
I don't know why the VR stuff isn't better. Like I see clips sometimes, it's always glitchy, and just the way your hands move and stuff looks weird.
it's
Basically,
like you're
you're just
playing
putting
on a Super-
TV really close to your face is all you're doing.
Yeah, it's like you're playing on a Super Nintendo and it's really
But
bad.
speaking of which, Dustin,
Yeah.
touch your eyes right now. That's how good the VR is.
Oh my god!
I'm about to send him on a trip.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, you're
like,
still at
I
home,
can't.
Dustin.
Oh no. Just take off the rig.
Yeah, you take off the rig and you're in a similar single wide, except nobody's lived in it
The
for 30
Illuminati
years.
got us.
Oh, it's just run down.
Yeah.
Rats running across.
What number would you give that?
He's got a feeding tube, huh?
What grade would that be?
What?
The house.
The house that you're.
Automatic 7, right?
It's an automatic 7.
I love that. I love riding places with Anthony because I'll just ask him about every house on the side of the road. What do you give that? About 4. Well, I'll tell you, it's about probably 5.3.
Tate's job is
There's
just
no
to be.
5.3.
Tate's job is just to be judgmental.
There's
It
not
is,
a 5.3. It's
but humbly. humble about it.
Humbly.
Let me tell you, AJ, you'll live in a 7. I would give it a 6, but it's got to be a 7.
It's a 7. I'm sorry, buddy.
I wouldn't call it a 6.
What's a duplex?
I would. It's either a 5 or it's a 7. I'm not going
What
to
if
call
I
this.
finish my trim?
I'm not looking inside.
You're only
County
looking
purposes,
outside.
I'm-
I got
Get a
to
new
pressure.
fridge.
I got to
Get a new
pressure wash
fridge.
the outside.
Doesn't count.
The outside looks pretty rough. The inside looks great.
That's kind of how you want it for tax purposes.
True, it's not my taxes, but
It might be one day. Well,
By
I
the
mean,
spring outside will be pressure washed. It'll
your
look
name
a lot
isn't on
better.
this at all.
No,
is
this is my parents' house.
Okay, never mind then.
We're just living here.
Well, never mind then. If your name was on it, there wouldn't be any taxes either at all owed,
Why?
because the tax bill would be less than $400 on this house.
For property tax?
Yeah. On just this mobile home, yeah, for sure.
So my truck's basically worth more than this house, tax-wise.
Tax-wise, for tax purposes.
That's crazy. My property taxes the last couple of years have been absolutely insane.
Is
Is it because of a millage increase? Is that why it is? Because my property
that
taxes
plays
were,
into it, but
they were never anything.
Yeah.
I didn't change anything from 22 to 23. 23, it like doubled or tripled.
this has to do everything with folks down in Little Rock.
Really. It's a
Absolutely.
big government thing.
It's
It's not
So-
a Cleveland County thing.
not necessarily. Cleveland County has a little bit to do with it, but when it comes to trucks, cars, personal property, all of the values are set in Little Rock. We had this problem like the first year that I joined, and then like 3 years after. Like there was 1 year where I think they were undervaluing new trucks, and then the next year they had to correct that. So people's property tax or people's personal property taxes went up. I mean, by 300, and their truck had gotten a year older.
Yeah.
You know, so
It shouldn't be a surprise what your property tax is.
no, it shouldn't. But
Especially if you didn't get anything new. Like you still got all the same crap. If anything, it ought to go down because everything's depreciated.
Appreciated, yeah.
well, they factor that in, but they also, I don't know. I think COVID threw everything in a loop. I mean, well, yeah, we can say it now. It's 2024.
Well, we left Brandon's car registered in Oklahoma this year because they don't pay property taxes over there.
But they don't pay personal property taxes.
Yeah.
Their real estate taxes are crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Like in Arkansas, you're only taxed on 20% of the value of your real estate. Well, in 20% of the value of your property. In Texas, I know you're taxed on the whole amount. So if you build a $150,000 house, you're taxed on $150,000.
Wow.
In Arkansas, you build a $150,000 house, you're taxed on $30,000 of that.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you going to move up the chain in this? Are you going to be like a big man someday? Are you like right below the main guy?
In the county?
And yeah, in
Yeah,
Independence County.
I'm like the only other appraiser in the county
Are-
besides my manager.
Do you want his job eventually? Am I asking too much here?
No, you're not.
Like would
he
you
listens to
if
the
he
podcast, so be
retired?
careful what you
If he
say.
retired, like
He's been talking about retiring for a little while.
if he did, would you want his job or is
Would you get his job?
you could apply?
At
That's
this
a question
point-
I always
at this
ask
point,
myself.
no.
Yeah.
At this point, I wouldn't because I only have 5 years experience.
That's plenty.
No,
You've been there for 5 years already?
6 years actually.
Good grief.
Yeah,
Time
And-
flies.
but I don't have enough experience to do all the things that he's doing.
Well, he'd have to train you a little bit.
Oh well, he is. That's the whole appraisal process.
Drop you in the
So he has
grease.
chosen you to replace him.
No. I got hired. I got the job offering of appraiser like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. Agreed to the package, and I can honestly tell you straight up, you do not want me as an appraisal manager in your county because I am too green. You need to have. I mean, in order to feel comfortable, you'd want to have somebody who has at least a decade of experience doing this.
Well, you might by the time that he retires.
Maybe, probably not.
But would his job be a good job to have? Say you had the experience, would you want that?
5 years from now, he retires. You're at 10 years.
It would depend on what you're looking for in a career. Okay.
You just really don't want to answer this question. Huh?
No, he's being very political about it.
It's a really hard question to answer because 4 years ago I would have told you absolutely I'd love that job.
It could turn into something different.
But now looking at the workload and all that stuff, it's kind of more of a it's government work. First off, it's thankless and comes with the territory. I don't want you to thank me for dealing with your figuring out your taxes. I don't care about that. But
Thank him for your 7, AJ.
I'm not I'm not doing anything that anybody thinks is good, but it is ultimately a thing that helps the
Necessary
government.
evil?
It's
Well,
a
right.
necessary
It has to
thing.
be done. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
At the same time, the workload is immense, and with government jobs, the pay is not great. The benefits are good,
yeah.
but the pay is not.
The strategy is get a government job that you can handle for 5 years to a decade, learn the skills, go into the private sector.
Private
Make a
sector
killing.
pays way better,
Can
and I
you,
could do that.
Can you do that job in the private sector?
Yeah, there's Cleveland County has a private sector third party doing their appraisals.
Really?
It's the same guy that does it in Cleveland County does Woodruff, Izzard,
I guess he has a lot of employees.
Jackson. He has this is a statewide thing. So the guy that I'm talking about, he's a manager, much like my boss. He's midway up the ladder. He's not
Yeah.
like
And he's over guys like you, and he's got a few.
he
of them.
would be over guys that have my same position.
Yeah.
He's a level 5 appraiser by state standards. I'm a level 4.
You need to get some more experience, bump that level up.
You got to level
I
up.
actually can be a level
Level
5
up.
this year,
Level up.
but I can't
up.
be a manager because I have a manager.
How difficult is level 6 appraiser?
There's not one. Level 5 is the size of
So you should be the first level 6 appraiser.
Hey,
If you get
hey,
cheat codes.
Tate's a 7.
I'm a 7. Listen up, 3s. A 7 is talking.
Oh, speaking of stuff like that, this is completely non-related, but we were streaming the other day, and Avery spouted off whatever his numbers were on how many hours he'd watched the stream this year.
Oh, yeah.
And
Slarster
Slarster, without
goes-
hesitation, says those are rookie numbers.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Shout out Slarster. I just saw him earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Yeah.
He was asking about the next episode. Slarster, by the time you hear this, you'll have listened to that episode long ago.
Was it today that you talked to him?
Yeah.
Okay. So
But I
the
haven't
same-
uploaded the last episode yet. Speaking of, can we talk about it so I can know what
Yeah,
to do
let's-
tonight?
let's
Because I
keep
don't
things
even
common.
remember what happened.
Let's keep things
Let's
common.
keep things common.
Yeah.
Cut out all this exposition.
It started with
Kyle and
Dexter's little.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we talked to Miranda. Is that her name?
Yeah, I think so.
At the Inkling, she shows up randomly.
Think so.
Then Gillard went wandering around drunk.
I'm trying to
We
fi-
went to the temple.
I'm trying to figure out if it is actually Miranda or if I'm
it's
splicing
Miranda.
things in
I
from
took good
Resident Evil
notes.
8.
Miranda. I think it's Miranda. Yeah.
Okay.
I took good notes. I'm ready for the recap. So
Okay, good. You got the recap then. You wandered around drunk. I tried to smack some sense into you, and we decided that we're going to go to Derry and try to figure out the undead situation. Did we leave?
Well,
no, that didn't happen because then we had a meeting with Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no, it's definitely the hags, and you can definitely go."
not
deal with
just
them.
the hags. It's
She-
mostly Sissy.
Yeah, so she
We-
told us where they are. We regrouped in Derry.
Did we go
and-
to Derry?
Yes,
Yes.
We regrouped
Y'all
in
are already
Derry.
out of
And
Derry.
we were heading off into the sunset.
We were heading off.
Yeah.
We were,
Gotcha.
and I have what we were all riding because we were all saddled up and taking off. It was pretty wild.
I almost confused the one shot that we did because we were out of Derry. We went and fought dudes in the
Yeah,
woods.
I kind of was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of confusing too.
Yeah.
Which we can also talk about that because this will probably be uploaded at. No, it won't. Should it? Should I upload the holiday game after?
Next.
So last episode that I haven't uploaded yet, then the holiday game, then this, then tonight's episode.
Or holiday, and then last episode, and then this. Doesn't matter.
Would holiday
How
first
fo-
be
how
okay? I
how
guess it
holiday
would.
centric is the holiday game?
It's not.
Not.
Then it doesn't matter.
I kind of
I
thought it
am
was.
so
It happens on King's Day. Is what
I am
the only
so
holiday.
disappointed because I don't think I ever mentioned that God after we lost the first hour of recording. Oh, I don't think I ever mentioned
Oh yeah,
it
that's
ever
we didn't
again.
tell you about that, did we?
Y'all lost the first hour of recording.
Yeah.
What happened?
I forgot to plug in my computer. It recorded for an hour. It died, and we lost everything.
oh,
You
Which
said
has
it never
never
happened
happened.
before.
My computer has died while recording probably 50 times, and I've never lost anything.
wow. It's the season of losing things. So
But that game will have come out by now.
Oh yeah,
By the time they hear this,
sure.
okay.
I'll
so
probably do last episode.
I
Tales
was
from
playing
Plexi of this.
Bryce,
yes,
And
asked
Tate
Bruce.
was playing a nobody, and
Yeah.
like he'd never been mentioned. Tyrell was playing a nobody, and Malachi was playing
Sirloin.
Sirloin.
Sirloin, who had played
Sir Lloyd.
another Sir Lloyd.
He changed it to Sir Lloyd,
Yeah.
but same character.
It was the same character whose monkey had, or ape had died in another Christmas episode. It was Tate's. Tate ran.
It was Tales from Plexia.
Yeah,
I
Tales
thought he
from
was saying that was
Plexia.
a different one.
No, it was Tales from Plexia.
I mean, I thought that he was making a distinction between Sir Lloyd.
No,
and
same
Sir
character,
Lloyd.
different
No,
different
he just
aspect
didn't
of
want
his
to.
life.
He said since he was kind of taking the character seriously, he didn't want to keep him Sirloin. He thought it was
Gotcha.
too goofy. So
Yeah.
So he's Sir Lloyd.
Yeah. Sirloin.
Okay.
well, not anymore.
So I am playing Bryce, just super, super. What word did I use? He wants to succeed.
Oh,
ambitious.
Ambitious,
He is
yes.
ambitious. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So on
think
the
that
way
was
here,
his-
on the way to the game, I actually created another god because he is a thaumaturgy wizard.
Yeah. So
So he actually served a god. I don't remember the name of the god now. We'll probably never know it because I don't think it's recorded.
Bryce is a wizard, so he doesn't worship, but he's a Thurgy wizard, so he studies.
Well, he worships too.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He-
you
he,
can play
uh,
a number of
But
ways.
for aspects
was.
of the
yeah, it was actually the ambition domain too. Did I send you the? Yeah. Okay, that's what I
Which
thought.
I did not even know any of that until he did. I was like, oh my gosh, he serves some god.
Yeah. So
And
Didn't it start with
I
a
don't
T?
think it got recorded.
Didn't the name start with a T? So
possible.
it's like tick.
You might have said it. Was it
tick
after?
something. I forgot what you said though.
It was
Tick
after
tick.
we started back
Didn't write
over
it
that y'all
down.
were riding on the horse and you cast.
I don't think
you
so. I
blessed
think,
or
I
something.
think we died right before that.
something
I think
else.
it died right after that. We started off just in the woods, sneaking up to the guys that were already there.
So what did y'all do with this lost hour?
We recapped
didn't-
it and kept going.
we recapped?
Yeah, we
it.
just did a recap.
Dang.
Yeah. We should have replayed it, but
because we were already like an hour and a half deep into an hour recording.
Yeah.
That I mean, it was. Oh,
we
it
should
was
have we should have just
heartbreaking.
redone it, and ran it back real quick. But we
Heartbreaking.
It was just if it had been 20 minutes, it would have been something different. It was the entire setup of the game.
Yeah,
That's-
we
The
were
entire
into adventuring.
Wow. Man.
But so me and Tate, we're working together. It's like
I was an underling.
it's a duo thing. And they teamed up with us to find these things. So we find the missing the rolling boulders,
Yep.
and we're finishing off killing the people. Tyrell's character just dies. No crazy business on me or Tate's part.
Right.
And I text Tate. I was like, "Be prepared to kill Malachi." And as soon as we finish fighting one of the bad guys, we just both immediately turn on Sir Lloyd. And
And the thing is, he got him down to where he was in death savings, and we could have just left it at that. But I was full sending it, and I chased him down and cut it off at the pass. Wow. No chance.
so then Bryce, and I can't remember your character's name, they get full credit for saving the rolling boulders.
I killed Tyrell. That was
Yeah,
unintentional.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
and he
it's-
also failed saving throws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I had cure wounds. I could have went and healed him. I chose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so y'all know, a lot of what's in Bryce's spell book, I chose so that Tyrell couldn't get it.
Right. I knew that.
Because I was really concerned when we were making this. I was like, man, if they kill Bryce and Tyrell gets his spell book, I just gave him like double the spell list. So I was like, I'll just pick cleric spells and he can't translate them.
So pretty much that was how Bryce got admitted into the academy. And I guess
yeah,
he
the
probably
academy.
just gave your character his half of the
It's-
gold and
That's all. That's all my concern was gold.
Yeah, but I love that you's even like, no, you're not gonna turn on me now, are you?
Well, you could have made it to the academy and just didn't make through, or you're just
I mean,
a black
in all
cloak.
honesty,
You could be a black cloak and nobody would know.
honest to goodness, they'd probably the regime that we're dealing with would probably force that person into
would.
the
They
academy.
would have forced you into the
to
academy.
be in a leadership role. You know,
That story y'all told actually makes works out really well with my early academy designs because Gillard got into the academy through recommendation as well. So that would have put him and Bryce at the same group because they were friends going through it. So that actually works out really well.
We thought about all that.
Yeah,
We thought about
I was texting you about
We thought
it
about
and-
bringing you to play Gillard, and that we even
that would've been
got
fun.
accepted
Yeah.
into the academy at the same time. But that's
It
just
was.
a long.
It would
drive.
not have been had I not had the last 2 weeks. I don't want to talk about it on stream, but had I not had the last 2 weeks that I've been dealing with, I probably would have tried to been there, but then probably would have had to cancel. So I'm glad y'all were to work it out. I'll check out the episode whenever it gets uploaded.
Yeah, and I was trying to put Gillard there, or I was asking you about it, but you kind of already had backstory that needs to be the way it is.
Yeah.
Also, so it wouldn't. I was gonna see if maybe it could be Bryce Gillard teamed up at this thing at King's Day, and maybe that's how they both got into the academy.
Yeah.
But it was a different thing for Gillard. Didn't want to ruin that. So,
Yeah.
but it was cool, regardless of losing half of it. But there was a lot of lore talked about. It alludes to the hags. I used Slarzer's fan fiction a little bit.
Oh, shout out!
Plugged it
Sartre
in,
got
plugged it
fan
in.
fiction included.
Actually
I still
really
have to
good.
read that. I didn't want to read it at first because it was only the one chapter, and then it all got dropped, and I've just never
Yeah,
made
I
time
waited
to go
till
back.
it was all there, and then I read it.
Yeah,
I had to actually go back and reference a bunch of it.
I love the way that he portrays all the people forgetting the gods, like just almost immediate.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so
It's just kind of a yeah.
Yeah, he
What are you
pretty
talking
much
about?
just ran with the whole idea of Draxus
I
taking
haven't-
over, and it works perfect. It's
Yeah, I haven't
great.
finished it. I don't know how many chapters.
It's really cool. It's like something magical must have been happening, but also people were ready to also just turn their back on the god, so it wasn't hard. I just really enjoyed that. How he.
Well,
that's
it
how
was. I think it was what he was alluding to. It was whatever that wine was that they were replacing, because people were drinking it and kind of losing memory and stuff.
Okay. See, I never got that far.
Oh,
into that.
okay. Well, the main character, it's his journal entries.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about how the guy that the lord that he's working for is. He was drinking some like this imported wine
Mm-hmm.
that.
Just like the Odyssey kind of situation where it's like where they just sort of forget.
Cersei's Island.
They were like people were acting differently, and then
I've-
they just like deconstructed the temple and
and like I mean, I haven't
made.
made it that far into it. I'm just getting to where people are starting to forget. Is it because of the wine?
I think
am
that's what
understanding?
it is.
Is that what I'm hinting?
Because Draxus is just like
it's
you
his
can't-
own. It's a wine of his own production.
Yeah, it's not.
That's interesting because I just always assumed it would be by force. So that's an interesting.
There was a guy in the town that this was taking place in.
Well,
I
and
think
that
his
was-
name was Tombo or something like that.
But
And he
that
was
was-
like the wino dude, and he was delivering it to the Lord, and he wasn't bringing any of his own stuff anymore. And they were like, "Well, why aren't you bringing it?" He was like, "Well, Draxus has his own thing now that we have to use." So.
And I think that's the problem that he was showing in here is that if he tried to do it by force, he would have so many like
Dissenters.
chapters and abbeys and cathedrals of these holy knights that would all converge on him at once, whether or not they agreed with each other. They would all unite against him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
society.
Enemy of my enemy,
you can kind
yeah.
of see the makeup of the society being a lot different because it's like centered around gods, which is cool.
He took a very present day political approach. Just make them fight each other and don't make them fight you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not even that, because it was just a drink this wine and forget.
It's great.
Crazy.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Played into it a little bit, so hopefully Slarcer enjoyed that. Anyway, last game. So Gillard wandered around drunk for a while. We talked to Miranda, then we went to Derry, and we.
Yeah, Gillard met the gods for a moment.
So we are
That was
probably
pretty
fighting hags tonight, then, Seth.
At least one with a lot of undead, probably.
I hope it's all
Probably
three of them
two.
when we kill them all.
But peace is always an option.
Peace is an option.
Well, I want to talk to you about that because that
hey, I want to talk about that.
Listen,
and
no.
let me tell you, I got a problem.
listen, she may have been talking about with Miranda, not the hags.
Could have been absolutely,
Yeah, maybe you've already achieved the peace that was being talked about.
maybe,
Maybe.
but maybe
I don't
not.
like Miranda though either. Like, what the heck is this?
Maybe Miranda
She
is-
teleported into the Inkling.
Yeah, but
Well,
our players,
I would
characters
blame-
don't know, but as players we do know.
Yeah,
We know.
We know that she. We would know as players that we. I mean, as characters that
the
are.
players
Y'all know that Dexter gave her
gave her the glyphs.
glyphs.
Yes.
She's not.
Well, I would think
she's
our
not
characters though
omnipotent.
would be a little suspicious of that.
I don't think we had time.
Again,
for
y'all
it to
just
come
kind of
up.
like, all right, Dexter, let's go.
Yeah, well, because it's a new player syndrome. He gets a free pass.
He
Not
does.
really.
Why doesn't Tyrell get free passes?
He's not a new player.
He's
not a new player.
Dexter's not a new
I
player.
wouldn't consider Dexter a new player. He is definitely.
He's been here for.
He is a new player.
He definitely
He's
is.
only played a one shot.
No, he played in college.
I didn't know
He's
that.
not new to the game.
Didn't know that.
Oh, you actually thought he
No,
was new to
that's
the
new-
game,
new
not
to the
just new
game.
character.
No. He knows.
He knows how to play.
Him and
as
Darren
well.
were both new, and that because Darren was new, right?
Darren was new.
Darren was new. Dexter came in just
Kyle
for
was new.
once, but he already knew how to play. Then he came in with Jarrett for like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah,
Also
I
played
remember
Ryan's
that.
campaign too with me. And
Yeah, he was.
He's
yeah,
played a lot of D&D.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I
And
would
then
have been a lot harder on him.
This
then.
character came in.
Not new character. Not new.
This
He's new to
character,
the table. Come on.
He's
this
not even new
character
to
that
our
he's
table.
playing now has been here for like 15 probably episodes. Hasn't he been?
Lord have mercy.
Are you sure?
I think it was back in the 30s. What are we on now?
back in the
No way.
30s.
We're in the 50s. It was.
It wasn't
I think
Gulport.
it was in the 40s.
He showed up in
probably the
Gulport.
episode called Hallowed Halls. It may be in the 40s.
yeah,
It's in the 40s. There's no way it's in the
he
30s.
showed up at the Inkling or the
He showed up right after we finished the Hallow spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
orphanage. that's
Okay,
the word.
so it's after these hallowed
I
halls.
think it's These Hallowed Halls is the episode.
That's got to be.
That's episode 45.
45. Okay, that's a little later.
And
than
we
I
are
thought.
on episode
54.
54 or wait.
It's already recorded. We haven't posted it yet.
No, 54 is on here. 55.
5. So he's been on for 10.
Hold on.
So it's been on for 10.
56 and then you're going to drop 57.
So tonight's 58.
But one of those tonight is
So 12
57. No, tonight is 58. You're right.
Yeah.
But one of those episodes is a two-parter.
Okay. Well, anyway, he's been here for 12 games.
Almost a year.
Yeah,
Almost.
Did we
a year.
play like every month this past year?
we did.
Almost.
We did good,
I
yeah.
think we missed it by maybe 2 months, but we got super close.
Yeah.
Okay.
2025 goals.
Here we go. Here's how it goes,
Just
okay?
Keep it rolling.
January 25th, episode 48. February. No, we didn't play in February.
It's our year-end recap.
Yeah. Remember AJ's awesome recap that he did that one time when we were still in the old folks' home? Mm-hmm. That was a New Year, end of year recap, wasn't it? Or was it a midpoint
Oh, when I
or something?
Yeah, I don't remember. It
AJ
was like
addresses the people what to expect in 2024.
No, that ain't it. It was like a episode 30 or something, like 30 episodes type of
Are you
recap.
talking about the first Quincy Patrick
No, it
song?
wasn't.
No, it was no. He just opened up our game with a like. We started with this many. Now we have this many listeners. We we have lost all these people, and it was really almost made you cry. It was such a heartwarming.
We've had a lot of people in the campaign and in the one shots and everything.
Yep.
A lot of people.
Someone posted on Stone County News You Should Know the other day. He's like, anyone play D&D? And this one dude, he's like, all right, since someone asked, I'm going to start a club up. Meet Saturday at 2:00 at the library. Bring like $2 to help pay for the room. We're playing D&D. It's like, man, if I wasn't playing,
End up
it'd
with
be
20
pretty
people
sick.
there.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to just play with anybody. I'll tell you that. Like that one time we went to
We
that.
better have too many people. Oh Lord,
That was weird. I'll never.
we played with a paraplegic, a guy who doesn't shower, and and a hippie who was open carrying.
Open carrying.
with a dog.
In the back of like a health food store.
It was the most D&D thing ever.
And we played through the what's it
Through the
called?
murder house.
Murder house, yeah.
We did.
A hippie, a paraplegic, and a neckbeard walking to a bar. Walking to a health food store.
And they play some D&D.
They probably all listen to the podcast.
Not anymore.
gosh.
They probably don't. I don't think we even had a podcast then.
No, we didn't.
Because we were playing Strahd. I had already played the murder house. Strahd's so good.
I would
that's
love
one I
to finish.
wanna
I would
play.
love to play that.
I would love to play Strahd.
that book. Yep.
It's the only module that I've ever liked.
It's consistently been been regarded as the best.
The Waterdeep one is just too, or the Yawning Portal. It's just too random.
Yawning
So
Portal
good.
is a
The way I was
book
playing
is a
Yawning-
bunch of short stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way I did the Yawning Portal, I was putting it all together.
It's really
supposed
cool.
to just
Yeah.
drop any one
Yeah.
of them into your game.
It's
at
just
any
dungeon
time.
crawls, isn't
Yeah.
it? You can do anything.
I recently in the new Dungeon Masters guide, I was reading the lore on Ravenloft. I didn't realize this, but Ravenloft is actually a Dread domain that is actually part of the Shadowfell. I didn't realize that.
I knew it was another. It was another.
that
It used to be
plane
part
or
of the
just
main, and then like he willed
got
it away,
sucked
kind of.
into
Yeah.
the Shadowfell itself, basically.
The way that you did Yawning Portal was like basically Crash Bandicoot. I just thought about it. Yeah, portal. And he just goes through a portal and
That
he's
was
there.
pretty good. Yeah, that was a good Aku right there.
Yeah.
You even know his name. Wow.
Dude,
There's an evil one too, but I don't know his name.
I
There's-
played them all.
What was
now I
was
gotta Google
Cortex? Doesn't Cortex have one?
Neo Cortex?
No, Cortex.
Oh, yeah, he's
gets
back.
one.
He's Uka Uka.
Uka. That's it. Yeah,
It's Aku and Uka Uka is his counterpart.
Here we are with the Crash Bandicoot lore. Go ahead and drop it on
I've
us,
got a
lore
lot. I
father.
could tell you
Crash
about
Bandicoot
anything.
Mondays with AJ.
I could tell you about anything. I could tell you, which I started out probably with Crash Team Racing. My
I
whole
think-
family
I-
we
I
played
don't
that
think
when I was
that's-
growing up.
I don't think that's a terrible
I got that.
way to
I got
start.
that Sly Cooper knowledge.
And then I had Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, which are way easier. I downloaded the first one to my PS5,
That is
and it's
freaking-
dang near impossible.
It's.
I was just about to say, look, kids these days don't know how hard video
Yeah.
games used to be. It used to be a slow. You sat down and you did not. You either finished or you started over and you
Yeah.
came back with nothing.
It's a grinder.
Nothing to
Kind
show
of like
for
Sly
it.
Cooper 1. I always thought it was really hard too.
Sly Cooper one's so easy.
Yeah, whatever.
One and two
was.
are easy. I've platinumed both of them.
There's something about Sly Cooper 1 that I'll never forget. And first of all, you don't have lives. It's like Crash Bandicoot, where if you get touched, you're dead. And I just remember
you have
this,
the horseshoes.
this one spot. There's a tunnel, and you have to jump into the tunnel and grab a hook with your cane.
Yeah.
And it was glitched, and I did it over and over and over, and it would not grab it. I was like just going through it. He would
That's
not
the first
grab it.
level.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, this is late.
No, that's the first level. Not like the first level, but that's the first world. That's against the frog guy. That's the first boss. I
Okay,
know
well,
exactly
either
what you're
way,
talking
I
about.
just remember that. I finally got past it. I beat the game, but it's one of the hardest games I've ever played.
It's not hard. You play
Very
it now, it's
frustrating.
not hard.
Well, I think no. I just played it a couple of years ago.
It's not hard.
2 and 3 way easier.
Dude, you want
better design for sure.
if you guys want to talk about a game that'll make you want to punch through drywall, play Jack and Daxter 2.
Yeah, you've told us that before about the little racing game. or
Oh,
whatever.
dude,
It's
yes,
not a
the
racing game.
motorcycle
Yes.
is absolutely awful. I
yeah.
quit that game because of that.
All that it takes is you tap something and
Yep.
you explode. And you can't.
I platinum Jack and Daxter 1 and I quit playing because of the motorcycle.
I threw my
Fun too.
controller across the room and I got grounded from my PS3 by my wife for that very. And then I was not edified, but I was validated.
Vindicated.
I was vindicated when she had a friend of hers come in and was talking about that game and said, you know, that game, it will make you want to put your head into a blender. It is so excruciatingly frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's all because of this one scene where you got to take this, you can't get in another vehicle. You have to take this little dinky one-hit floating motorcycle and you're on a fixed camera angle way up here and you have to avoid all the police.
It's just one piece of the entire game, one
It's
level.
one small part of it. God. I just thinking about it, I have blood pressure issues now.
You know, you can't afford to break controllers anymore.
No.
I used to, when we were playing DBD, it was so hard when we were playing that all the time. And I would get mad and I would just like, I'd have to stop myself from throwing it, just turn around and just like toss it on my bed. Just get this thing out of my hands.
Love you.
I'm a responsible adult.
You need Mad Cats is what you need.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore.
I've never had a problem with throwing controllers, but I have thrown my headset a couple of times.
That's a good thing to throw.
Yeah.
And I'm just using cheap headphones. So
I have a pair of Turtle Beaches, but they're really old.
My problem
But
is
they've
that I
never
want
broke 'em,
to
though.
throw the controller. So I want to crush the controller.
yeah, you
I
can.
wanna
I think you can
fold it.
twist.
I just want to fold it.
Yeah, I
It's just
think
like
you-
this is just real
The
cheap
way
plastic. I could do it.
The way the
It'd be
grips
so
are
satisfying.
on the PS5, you could probably twist it and break
Yeah.
it in half.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's so comfortable. It just wants to.
Yeah, it fits your hand so well.
Yeah.
You get such a good grip on it.
Oh man. Yeah. Lots of frustrating games that we played over the years.
Anyway, yeah, I got the Crash Bandicoot lore. I can tell you everybody.
Oh, dude. One of the hardest things, I played a GameCube Star Fox game. And
Yeah.
it's the
Which one?
dinosaur
Star
one.
Fox Adventures.
Okay.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
The entire time you're using a bow staff and dinosaurs. And then the freaking final boss of the game was in a spaceship and you're shooting at a planet and it was impossible.
Yeah, that's
and I
like-
never beat that game and it was the final boss.
See,
That's
I
the
never.
traditional like Star Fox right there, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's-
know.
it
Well, I
goes
didn't
back
know
to-
anything about
Yeah.
traditional Star Fox.
And-
I know about bow staff.
and Star Fox fans hate Star Fox Adventure.
I loved Star Fox Adventure and
I
hated
thought
the
it was
ending.
great.
Is that the one where you actually get out and run around?
Yeah.
Is that the one we played?
no,
You
that's
don't
the
fly
next
it
one.
at all.
Oh, okay.
That's the next
You
one.
don't fly in it at all, except
Except for the
apparently-
freaking final boss battle.
So-
no, you do fly. You, at
Star
one
Fox-
point, you're on a pterodactyl and you're flying. I
Star
think.
Fox 64. All you do is fly in ships.
Yeah.
I think.
So
Yeah, that's all it was.
Bomberman 64 was much the same. Is you go to these worlds, you can. It's like it's like Mario.
Mario
basically.
64? Yeah.
and you go around, you do all this stuff, you beat a boss, but you get to the final world, and every level on the world is the bosses just tweaked a little bit. So like there was this one world where there was this boss. I remember he was a lion and he had like these diamonds on he had like a diamond on his forehead or something, and you had to hit it. But you're underwater. So you're underwater Bomberman with a little propeller on your butt. And you're going around in a circle and you're avoiding his attacks. I never could beat it. Never got to where I could beat that game. And it haunts me to this day.
That's sad.
I remember the final boss of Star Fox 64 was like kind of like what you were talking about. The boss, I think it was like Andre, I think it is. What his name is, the monkey. Anyway, he's like this like giant like ship thing, and it has his face on it, and it has a big diamond kind of like what you were talking about on it, and you have to just concentrate fire on like the different diamonds and different parts of it to blow him up in his ship, and he has like a huge laser beam thing that he fires out of it.
You know,
if I could get a GameCube right
Andros.
now,
Andros,
Star Fox
that's it.
Adventures would actually be the game I'd want to beat. Like, I could play some classic Sims, busting out maybe, or I love some Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. That's a really fantastic game, but I still have that Star Fox Adventures game.
What about that Lord of the Rings game that came out?
Those
back
were
in that
sick
time?
too.
That was a good game.
Those were sick.
Is that the third one?
Those were
the
good.
third like
You actually run around with the
but made
party.
into a game.
Which one?
The Lord of the Rings.
I had
was
twin.
the-
I had the Twin Towers, the Two Towers,
Towers, yeah.
and I had Return.
I
of the
always
King.
want to say that.
The Two Towers was way better, I think, than the Return.
I
of
never
the King.
played it though.
Let me tell you, like kind of like
Hard games too. There got to points where I couldn't beat the levels.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I ever was able to defend Minas Tirith at all. I could never defend the area in Return of the King, and then in Two Towers, I might not have ever been able to defend Helm's Deep. I'm not sure.
I really like top down party type games, like that. Couldn't you like play with four people and
Yeah.
One big screen, everybody sharing the same.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love that for some
That's
reason.
the way like Super Smash Brothers was. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
love those games.
And I remember I got it from Blockbuster one time when I was young, and it was Shrek 2.
One of
And-
the party games?
Yeah. And you would play. You
Shrek
could,
2 was fun.
We had the multi-tap adapter in the PlayStation. I'd play with my family, and you could be the different
God,
characters.
that's rare. That was rare.
so fun.
You had the thing that turned two controllers into four controllers?
Yeah, I still got it.
Wow. Never knew where to get that.
PS1 and PS2. I got
Oh,
both
dude,
of
my,
them.
I had
my
that for
brother had
GameCube.
one. You
I had
turn one
Shrek 2
port into
for
four ports.
multi-tap adapter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had Shrek 2 for
Super
GameCube,
rare.
and that was a fun game. And I don't know if I ever beat that one either. Let's see.
Oh, we beat it.
It's way like when the gingerbread man is big. I don't know if I ever beat the gingerbread man level.
That's
where he's
Yeah.
what was his name? Mongo. Mongo.
I don't know if I ever beat Mongo. There was a point where I didn't beat. I don't
Heck,
remember.
you fight
what it was.
Mongo. He's a good guy.
I remember. Yeah, we beat it because I remember the very end, like you're fighting at the ball or whatever, where she was supposed to marry Prince Charming.
I don't think I ever got there.
Yeah, we beat that. It was hard. You were fighting the god.
But you had to play every character. So if you only had two people, like me and Brittany used to play, we'd
to
have to
swap.
switch around because like you have to use Fiona's thing to get to past this part. You have to use Shrek's thing to get past this
I
part.
love those. What happened to that type of stuff?
They don't. Online play now is all that people care about. No, I don't know.
I think It Takes Two
It Takes Two might be.
It Takes Two is
that kind of
wonderful.
thing.
It's a
Yeah.
great game. It's just that's that couch. They still
Couch
exist.
co-op is not a big thing anymore.
They still exist. They're just not as popular. Magica is a big one.
Is Baldur's Gate 3 considered
Non-parchment.
couch co-op or no?
You can. I think you actually do it split screen, kind of like what was that other game that Larian did?
Divinity Original Sin.
It's kind of like that.
I really wish we could get 4 people to play either Baldur's Gate or Divinity. It would
yes.
be. It'd be really fun.
I need to buy Baldur's Gate.
There's an update coming next month. They're dropping 12 new subclasses, and it's an
I thought
actual
that was already
like
out.
not yet,
Okay.
but it is an actual like big. Update.
Okay.
I don't know how big it's going to be. Like 15 gigs. Or something
I need to get
Now that
that
we're
game.
done with Borderlands, I'd like to do Baldur's Gate next.
Aren't y'all just going to get Borderlands 4 when it comes out?
Yeah, but we still got like
It is
6
such
months
a
of
great
that.
game. There's some
Maybe even a year.
stuff in it, but I mean it's a great game storyline wise.
Merry Christmas, Dexter.
Dexter's a nice jacket. Is that new? Yes. Christmas present?
Christmas present.
It's very Dexter. It looks like something you'd wear.
It's very Dexter.
Now you just need somebody to get you a crock pot with a locking lid. Do you need any help?
No, I got one more thing. I'm getting the rice cooker.
Hey, how's that wiper treating you?
The wiper?
Yeah.
On the car?
No, in the toilet.
Oh, that thing. You know, it's great. 10,000 wipes.
Gentle wipes.
There's someone with a wiper blade on the car.
What are you talking about?
Did y'all not see the picture?
No.
Did
I
he
don't know
send?
what-
Did you send
yes.
it?
I sent a picture in the group text on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I don't think I got that one.
I never
either.
got. I didn't. I
Here's the
saw y'all
level.
talking about something. I didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
I could never beat
Oh
it.
my! It's just a joke, right?
It's a joke. It was a joke box my wife bought.
Oh, I did see that.
I for real, she had me for a second.
Is that just harsh bristles on that thing?
Yes.
I just rip you apart.
But it says
But a gentle 26.
2,700 gentle RPMs.
2,600.
I did see it, but I forgot what it was.
It's like a medieval bidet.
So funny.
Oh man.
My goodness.
It's like the
Dexter,
the-
we just found out that the reason the entire party knows that you are a double agent and stuff is pretty much and let you stay unquestioned, no problems,
unchallenged.
is because Dustin just thought you were a new player.
Yeah. Apparently, it's my fault.
Oh, that's not hooked up, Dexter.
It is
but
all
let
his
me
fault.
get you. Let me get you real quick.
Dude, so he just did that laugh and it reminded
He's
me.
double fisting the
Okay,
mics.
you're good. Go for it. No,
one?
not that one. That one. Yeah, there you go.
No, so you were gonna kick me out, but you were feeling nice.
No. They just we're just really hard on Tyrell's characters. I'm like, why weren't you hard on Dexter's character? Because Dexter was a new player. They're like, he wasn't a new player. Well, I thought he was.
No,
Dexter's
nothing
probably
to do
played
with it.
longer than Tyrell.
I don't know about that. I started. This is so funny. When I was in Bible college, the dean of the dean over the dorms.
Right.
He was the one. He was like, "Hey, man, you know."
You want to go into the
He
seven
was like,
hills?
"You ever heard about Dungeons and Dragons?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like the thing they do on Stranger Things?" He's like, "Yeah, you ever play it?" I'm like,
Okay, if it was Stranger Things, then
"Anyway."
That's what got me into it.
yep. Tay
Which,
just texts
I
me,
mean-
hey, can we be best friends again if I play D&D?
Which I already knew he was a big nerd. Like we'd already talked about all kinds of stuff, and so we got into it. And I made probably the worst first character that a new player could make. I was a drow sorcerer, wild magic sorcerer too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's fun though.
yeah, I killed our party with a fireball.
Oh, no.
So anyway,
I hope someone plays a wild sorcerer in the next campaign.
if you kill this character, I have so many ideas. Anyway, let me go get the rest of the stuff out of the car.
So that brings to Tate. What was your first character in D&D that you can remember?
My first character, I can remember.
He's easy.
Yeah,
He was a cleric.
yeah. Orlac. Orlac the cleric.
Okay.
And then he died, so he made Carlo.
Yeah, Calro.
The paladin.
Just Orlac
The
backwards.
paladin. Yeah.
All right, Tyrell, you're next. Who was your first D&D character that you can remember?
Manus, a high elf wizard.
Okay. What about you, AJ?
He was a
Jack, half elf bard.
conjuration wizard.
Conjuration wizard and a half elf bard.
Half elf bard.
I mean, I honestly, I feel like AJ would be a bard if you were being.
I feel like a lot of us right now are playing the class that we started
Yeah.
with because we've never played a long, like super
Yeah.
long term
Oh,
campaign.
then yeah.
But the first character we created was actually a character we really wanted to play.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play a bard and ended up making a barbarian. but-
like seriously, the only reason that I wanted to be a cleric was I was like, I like Diablo 3. I like the add-on, the not add-on, what is it called? DLC, where you get to be a crusader. I was like, I'd like to be just a big heavy dude with a giant shield that can just take all this damage and heal people. That'd be really cool. It's not what I am.
It's also not how you play Diablo. Diablo's all about damage. What about
Oh,
you, Seth?
dude.
Yours
Dual wielding fighter named Thandon.
Thandon.
Oh, it wasn't. What's his
It wasn't
name?
Thordak. No.
No, Thordak wouldn't be.
My first D&D character was Pathfinder, and he was a gargoyle samurai.
A gargoyle.
That sounds
Gargoyle
extra.
samurai.
Just
yeah.
like really
He was
extra.
awesome. It was Pathfinder, so it was a really obscure subclass, and it uses the Iaigiri, the pull the sword technique.
Oh,
so he was like, I'm gonna get him once, and then I'm useless.
If the first encounter,
there's a tree right
It's
there.
all good, Dexter. I knew the couch was way too close to that tree. If my
saying is-
first experience with a role playing
should've
game
known
had been
better.
Pathfinder, I would have never played again. Well, I'd never even finished making a character.
Why?
I was ready to quit making a 5th edition character.
Oh, okay. I think
And
I
there's
got
like
you
no
for it.
choices. There's race, class, and stats.
I know it's just it's so overwhelming though. Like once, I helped my mom and wife make a character at the same time the other day in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, we're going to do this, then we're going to add these numbers up, and you're going to write them on your sheet. And it was so fast. But before that, helping my sister make her Mystic, 2 hours. 2 hours, Google searches. I had my iPad, my phone out, books.
Y'all played a game for Christmas?
Yeah, we played. We didn't record it. We just played last night. My cousin.
Your mom.
It was last night was just my mom and sister because my cousin was supposed to come. She was sick, and Brandon's in Colorado right now. So we're going to play again next week, though, before my sister leaves.
Okay, cool.
But it was fun.
Is she still gonna be her mystic?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is a
boy.
mystic?
Is that
a new subclass? Did you use the new
It's
book?
not in
No.
the book. I was hoping it would be, and I got the book for Christmas. So I was like, yeah, now we can make this mystic a lot easier. No, it's not in the book.
It was an unearthed arcana class that never made it
okay.
fully into like an actual class.
So would you say that she's like a glass cannon?
So she's like the best at everything.
Probably
all
because
the
she's
time.
also a kobold. So
Okay.
Kobolds are so good.
So
but
super
she's
fragile.
super fragile.
It's exactly like what Dustin said. It's I am the main character. That's
Yeah,
That's pretty much
But
what
what
it
he's
is.
saying is she's a kobold. So
She's I mean, which it's first level, but
fragile.
she's got low AC, 9 hit points. They have a D8 for a hit die. Like,
and kobolds don't like wear shoes, do they?
They could.
I mean, they don't wear probably much of anything. I
You
don't know.
racist?
So she's like callous too.
I mean, they have scales on their feet. So.
So like
Yeah, they're
super
scaly.
fragile, calloused mystic.
super. I like it.
You're trying really
I
hard.
like it.
He's working really
Callus
hard
was
for
impressive.
it. He's working very hard for it.
No, it goes back to a joke about Gandhi that I'll tell you. It's a very long joke.
Okay. All right. Anyway, tonight. Well, that's why you probably can't tell us so, Anthony. Like, what's Buck gonna do? Say we encounter all 3 hags, they're all in the same spot, and they try to kill us. Are you gonna kill them all, or are you gonna try to stand out in the middle and reason with them?
I'm gonna try my best to reason with why can't I think of her
Millie.
name?
Better not be Millicent.
I'm gonna try to reason with Millicent.
Oh my gosh, Quincy's going to her first, and he's gonna cut her head off.
I mean,
If we could reason with them, I think we could take out the other hag.
no, we can't reason with what we've been basically
There's
told.
2 bad
is
ones.
Two
Well, yeah.
of them we cannot reason with.
Have we not
They are
learned
the
by
only-
now that you can't reason with any of them? All they've done is lie, cheat, and try to spy on us all the time.
All right. Well, that's
I don't know why you're so defensive about it. It's obvious.
I'm not defensive.
In the group text without
you're just on like this like spiky shield offensive that everybody who
we've had enough
resists
of
you.
I mean, y'all met like 4 hags, and y'all like most of them, so whatever.
we met 4.
We don't
Oh,
like any
just
of
kidding.
them.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, you mean we like other
I'm
ones out
just
there?
kidding.
There's only room for 4 hags or 3 hags in this world.
Maybe I'm happy.
Isn't there a limit to how many hags can be alive at once or something?
No.
That's a beholder.
It's a beholder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only one beholder.
No, there's.
Nope, there's only one beholder. Unless that beholder dreams of another beholder and then they kill each other until there's only one.
I'm just thinking of like Forgotten Realms. There's
That's true.
multiple.
So, like, they have beautiful eyes, though, right? Beholders do.
I don't know, do they?
Does a zombie beholder count as a
I mean,
beholder? So you can have a zombie
beauty
beholder.
is in
You
the eye
you
of the
have to
beholder.
act that way, I guess. Your puns are very punny
Oh,
today.
get out of here.
No, that's part of the lore of a beholder. There is only one beholder.
Didn't know that. What about what's the spectator thing? Is that what
That's
it's called?
That's like a beholder familiar.
Is it?
There's a gazer, a spectator, and I think there's one more.
There's actually a bunch.
How do I know this and Tyrell doesn't?
I'm thinking there's a bunch of different beholders.
there's only one.
If you look at Forgotten Realms, there's a crap ton of beholders.
Is there only
one
one like of the
underwater
classic
deep
beholder, and then there's other types of beholders?
There's only one beholder in a world or something, and it will like because its
I know what you-
dreams can become reality. If
Right.
it ever dreams of another beholder, it will create one, and
Right.
then they will have to fight.
That
to
is
kill
how
each
other beholders are created. Yes, by them dreaming. But there are multiple like different.
But they don't coexist.
So you're saying Waterdeep has the only beholder in
I think so,
in
unless
lore
I'm just very wrong.
for D&D.
Tyrell, you're being too snarky here.
There is
I'm just saying because that one is Xanathar, the one you're talking about. But there are other ones that are named beholders, like elsewhere in just the Forgotten Realm setting.
All right,
So-
well, forget me. I guess I'm sorry.
I just know Xanathar, and I just
More than one dab.
because like they come in all sorts of different shapes. Also, there's also spectators. Did you say spectators?
spectators and gazers. are the only two I know.
yeah,
about.
and then there's Gauth. I think you said that other one. They're like a smaller version of it. They have like one eye with like a little small.
the gazer can actually be a familiar to the party if you are in a really weird situation.
I found a guy on
But
Instagram
I
called
think-
me.mimic, and he creates like spells and creatures and stuff. Y'all need to follow him. He has some super cool stuff.
Me.mimic.
Yeah, that's his handle, me.mimic. And he has some very, very cool stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a beholder with
gonna have to
dragon
edit it
heads
now.
instead of small
Yeah, oh
eyes.
my goodness.
And it was a 27 CR. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's one type of like it's when a beholder dreams of being a dragon, they like create like this dragon mouthed with an eye in the mouth.
Yeah.
Beholder version of themselves that has wings. I forgot what that's called. It's in
Beholders are
Fizbands.
fun.
Is there a beholder in our world?
That's what I was saying. In Seth's
Currently,
world, there's
there
only
was
one
a mechanical one.
There was a mechanical one,
It's
then
already
there
been
could be
defeated.
more.
But if there's a mechanical one, that means somebody
That's
saw
true.
a real
That's
one.
that's
That
a
is
good
true.
point.
That is
Yeah.
very.
Unless they
So, I
dreamed of
do
one and
remember-
they become a beholder.
I do remember this being. I do remember this being.
We're here to get turned up. We're here to get messed up.
Guess who's he?
He just woke up an hour ago. So.
He's fresh.
So I remember this being in the lore of beholders that each beholder believes that it is the bodily perfection of.
Maybe that's what I'm
existence.
thinking. Maybe.
So and they viewed other beholders who differed from this image in even the most minute details as loathsome enemies and inferiors.
So beholders aren't friends.
No.
No.
Unless they could become friends. A coven of beholders would be interesting.
That would be the worst
Next
thing ever.
campaign.
Also, there is a beholder in the
Or a beholder
What's that?
conclave.
what's the space setting? The
That's what's cool about D&D. Like,
Spelljammer. Yeah.
if you wanted to have a beholder conclave, yeah, it's your game. You can make a beholder conclave. Even
I mean,
though
to
they're
be
not supposed
completely
work together.
fair, dragons, the colored dragons, the not metallic, the chromatic dragons hate each other too. And
that's what
there was a conclave.
Yeah, Matt Mercer made a
Matt
great
Mercer-
conclave, and it worked, and it was
Yeah.
cool.
also there is a thing called a beholder hive where there can be multiple beholders living in one big.
And
they
that
like
seems like that would be
I
against the
I
canon.
take back what I said that there's only one beholder. I'm
Hey,
sorry, Tyrell.
In case you didn't know, Seth, you are wrong.
The lore part of it about them like dreaming other beholders, and you're absolutely correct.
I don't know why I thought that meant that there was only one.
Oh yeah, and then there's death tyrants. I forgot about death tyrants.
Aren't they big beholders, but then on multiple eyes?
They're lich beholders.
Ah, there we go.
They're undead beholders.
Ooh, that's cool.
What's the skull that liches have that float around? There's usually a whole bunch of them, but they're not that strong.
The flaming skull.
No. Demi-lich.
Demi-lich, yeah. Now, aren't Demi-liches stronger than actual liches?
So they don't have a lot of health, but they're tough as hell.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at a demon for an end to gain campaign, he has a spell that allows him to bring back as many undead as he wants up to a certain health pool. And I was like, dang, I can summon like 30 Demi-liches and just absolutely destroy everything. Because they're an undead, which is what he has to summon, and he has this massive health pool that he could summon of undead. And I was like, dang, I could get one. I get one Draco Lich and 4 Demi-liches, or just a whole bunch of Demi-liches.
I confronted Kyle a couple weeks ago. I was like, "So are you want to quit the game?" Like, because he said last time we played that if he died to Dexter that night, he was done with this campaign. He wasn't going to come back. He wasn't going to make another character. He's like, "Y'all just going to be done till like July, right? The campaign's going to be over by July." It's like, probably not. As much as I would love to be done by July.
Do you have any idea how long it took to take out the last?
He does. He was here.
What if we level up every game?
That's about.
It'd still take us till
It'd be
July.
about July.
We just spent 2/3
We could do
of the
it.
campaign
In Galeport.
So
No.
Time to speed run.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I'm so pumped up.
To be
finish this
fair,
campaign.
we determined the pace of the game. We could just go
That's
straight to
freaking
the
true.
castle.
That is
and
true.
Die.
all die.
All the Galeport shenanigans were you guys.
So all we have to do is make a pact with the hags, storm the castle
No.
next session. I'm just
Here's
saying.
the problem right here. Nope.
I have a problem with that too. I have a.
You have to go
a
kill
guy
Drake.
to kill.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
I have a date with a guy and a glaive.
Kyle, does Rask hate the hags?
I don't think he really cares.
Why would you not care?
the new.
No, just use Dexter's because I don't have it written.
What are your thoughts on the hags? Go.
I imagine one of them's at least one of them's good looking, right?
No.
No, they're all ugly witches.
No, Delilah was.
They make themselves look like things.
Delilah looked like.
She could look like
your.
your dream.
Are you saying illusionary beautiful or actually what they look like when the illusion is
Brass
off?
don't care. Illusionary's fine.
On
yourself is
on
physical.
the inside.
No, they lie.
Millie's beautiful on the inside.
No, I don't think he really cares. I think honestly, I think Rassie's ready to get to the point. I think we just need to skip the hags. I don't even know why we're bothering with the hags. Like, I'm really confused. I've been confused the whole time. Like, why are we
Because
worrying about
they're
it?
overwhelming Darien going to kill Caesarion, and we won't have
We got a
it.
whole army. Let them deal with that.
No,
No,
they're coming from behind. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting trapped.
We're
in
getting
between
our
two
armies
people.
caught in a pincer.
It's because the Dying Lands DLC hasn't loaded yet.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
DLC doesn't come out for another 2 weeks.
I got you. I think I'm just looking for ways to, like,
when you
let's
approach
go.
that area, there's a barrier there. You just can't go past it just yet.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel like they're bad.
into nothing and it's not moving.
I don't feel like they're bad. I feel like there's too much evidence to show that they don't care as much as we feel like they care. You know what I mean? I feel
Well, I
like they're in
definitely
it for
think they're bad.
themselves.
They're killing innocent people, and that's pretty much their MO.
But they're not the bad guy. They're a bad guy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, like, it's...
So on a level, like
No, I don't know. I think
dude's-
batteries are different.
Circle.
It's like the circle. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely accurate.
I was gonna ask,
Or
like
the-
with the
or the
Dukes and the
aboleths.
Duchess and stuff. Yeah, the aboleths, those dangerous aboleths out there.
Gosh dang it! I want.
That was like that was 3 levels that I'm trying to catch y'all up on right there. Y'all just skip the aboleths.
we would all be dead and on a different campaign if we had tried to do
We
it.
would probably all be at the bottom of the ocean serving that thing, though.
Yep.
What's the aboleth?
I'll show you.
Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
2?
Yes.
That was an aboleth.
By that, you mean...
The thing they fought at the very beginning of the movie.
Very beginning of the movie.
Don't remember that. I only remember the
Not
dad
Ego.
god, dude.
No, it's the thing that Drax jumped inside of.
Oh.
That's an aboleth.
And we skipped that?
One type of aboleth.
Why did we skip that?
Because the poor war for porcelain
They didn't want to go in the
I
water.
wasn't here yet. If I was here, we would be fighting.
Oh, I remember. Was it when we went
It's
across
partially
that?
your fault.
Really?
You broke everything and then didn't show up to the next game to make me defend you. You jerk.
Y'all are welcome.
And then you got carried off by a bird.
I do what I do.
Yeah.
I would have loved to take out some aboleths.
I would have liked to
At
write
least
it.
one. You
The
know,
whole thing, like
probably
I can say,
Get
there's
the
like
sailors back,
There's so many
open up
aboleths
trade.
in that water. The entire water has been poisoned, and that's why it
told
looks
me
the way
about
it
that.
does.
Yeah, they get way
Little
There's a
dro-
bunch of them.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them. They've poisoned the entire.
It can't just be one.
No, it's not just one. There's a whole bunch of them.
Well, that's where they live now.
Perfect one-shot opportunity. in the
Yeah,
future.
that'd be cool. Yeah,
Oh, that is true. Some high level one shot.
it wasn't
Yeah.
high level though. They're only like CR6 or something.
And then, so the one shot will be the new party rolls into town. Yeah, a bunch of idiots rolled through here, broke my broke all my inventory, stole a boat, and now our water's poisoned. And then there you go.
Challenge 10.
Put a bunch
Challenge
of
rating
homeless
is
kids on the street again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all were
I'm-
like level 9, so it would have been a pretty good battle.
A bunch of aboleths would have whooped us down.
I wouldn't have had y'all fight a bunch at that time.
He would have had us
It
fight
would have been
one.
an aboleth and a bunch of like sailor servants.
Yes.
Would have been like baby.
It would have been one aboleth. We would have fought it. We would have won. All the rest of them would have showed up and be like, oh, and we just sail away.
I found another version. There was like a mother aboleth or something that was a little bit higher CR or something. And if you'd have defeated her, they'd have probably all left or something.
Seth, as
I had a plan.
the DM, what CR do you think we can handle without
just trying to
with
get
with
two.
or without risk?
Right now,
we're level 13, right? Or we-
y'all handled Balthazar, and he was a CR 17, and both of the Bathory girls were like 15 and 16.
Who's Balthazar?
so we're hitting above our weight
Lucian?
class.
Lucian was, I found a vampire thing called Balthazar, and he was a CR 17. So yeah, y'all could probably handle a CR 20 right now.
That was a 17, a 16, and a 15?
I think so.
We're level
Holy
13.
crap. And we mowed him down.
There's also a bunch of us too, so Seth has to struggle.
45.
CR is balanced around
I've got
4
a block.
people.
I don't remember. It's 25, 26, 27, something like that.
But we also fought
makes
Black
sense.
Cloaks before that, which are probably
Y'all fought what?
Wow.
Black Cloaks before we got into the room with the Bathories.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
What are they? Probably like a 6.
So
The Black Cloaks are
4 or
like
5.
between 6 and 8.
Really?
The toughest, the higher level Black Cloaks, just they're higher level, which means they have more health and they hit a little bit harder with their glaive, are easier to hit, so y'all killed them easier. The ones with the shields were the ones that were causing y'all
The
a lot of
regular
problems.
guards, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was talking about that.
Because I think it was
The elites aren't good. There's nothing elite about them.
they do more damage, but
They're elite
they
because
take
Gillard trained them. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
more. Well, no, they
Train them to be worse.
their health pool is higher. Their hit die does more damage.
They also have more statistics, or
Ability.
tactics. Like they
Tactics,
can step further back.
And then, but what makes the other guys better? 18 AC. That's how absolutely overwhelming AC is in this
Yeah.
game. Because the elites, I think, had a 16 AC, or maybe
Yeah.
even a 15.
Dude,
There's no way it's that much lower. Because the
StarCraft
other ones
has
only had an
ruined me
18, or maybe they had a
what
19.
Tarrasque looks like.
There's no way it was that much lower.
look like a Godzilla.
Yeah. I was just telling them, I was looking at the challenge rating of a Tarrasque. It's 25.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that
17 for
StarCraft,
elite.
StarCraft has ruined me on what a Tarrasque looks like. Because every time I flip to it, I don't expect
16 for the normal.
this
like a
thing. here.
dinosaur.
Have a higher
Yeah,
one.
I don't expect that.
Then what's going on?
That's called luck, my friend.
That's bad luck. Yeah. That man had lucky.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the elites by statistically, y'all just trounced them for some reason. When y'all focused on them, you were serious. When you focused on the others, you weren't
Yeah.
serious.
Well, Kyle, you got anything wise to say? Any wise words?
No,
You fired up to play?
man, I'm so fired up.
Sound fired up.
I'm so tired.
Dexter, you got any wise words for us?
I think Maleficent would be hot if she could be.
Maleficent?
No, Millicent. Sorry. Redact that. Millicent. I think you'd have a chance, Rask.
Okay, well.
That's all I'm saying.
He's already dating a
I'm
god.
with Helga. I'm just wondering if
Oh,
she'd be good looking or
sorry.
not.
Millicent sucks.
If they think that it'll, put them in a better position with you, then yeah,
Absolutely.
they'll make themselves hot.
Absolutely. When you come to pray to me, you be looking your best.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There's all three of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you got all three of them? In their actual hag form?
Well, when I create
I'm
my
okay.
own hell, they will be there. Absolutely.
Oh my god!
This is what I imagine.
I tried to
Big one
Tarrasque
back
to
there
look
is
like.
hideous.
Yeah, because
I tried to bring you some hags, Seth.
StarCraft.
It did not turn out well.
And this
Yeah,
is
for sure.
See, in
Sissy?
StarCraft,
Gorma. Gorma's
in
big
the first
fat
one,
troll.
Here's another. Here's another.
sorry.
Oh, here. I just found that today.
You're playing as Terrence, and you go to dessert.
This is the original picture I had for Gorma,
and
which it's
when
pretty
you're there,
similar.
You're fighting against supposed to be the best.
Oh my
dessert.
gosh.
They send out a Tarrasque, and it's an ultra.
What type of hag's that,
It's
Ty?
called an ultra.
Which Tyrell looked at the minis and he knew what type of hag all of them were.
That's the original Gorma that I had. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Look like this. When we
That
see
looks like
them,
something
this
from The
is-
Witcher
No,
3.
no, we see just like Delilah was like a young
Delilah
girl.
looked like a young girl.
Oh my
Millicent
gosh,
looks
weren't
like an
those
old innocent
freaky?
lady.
I was about to say, I feel
Yeah,
like
weren't
we'd be
those
acting a lot
freaky?
different.
We've never seen.
I'll
this.
never beat that game.
But then again, like this is
Never played.
Couldn't get into it.
One chick.
Oh, that's
I get
Beatrix.
Beatrix, and y'all are fine with that. So
Love the music and stuff.
You said she didn't look
But
quite
she's like
that.
scary hot.
You said she didn't
It's
look
really
quite
cool.
that
It's
scary.
just so.
It's
It's
scary,
too
huh?
deep.
Yeah,
It's
very,
too
very
deep.
We'd be into some Beatrix.
this is Millie. This is what y'all have seen. Millie.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
She'd
picture
like
her
a
with
nice
black hair.
Werther's original chewy caramel.
Yeah. Just a nice little grandmother.
Like a Werther's.
She would like a Werther's
She
original.
would enjoy a Werther's.
She would
Yeah.
hand out Werther's.
Oh, here you go.
Dad, just grab a Werther's from
Just give me your soul and you get a bag of Werther's.
Here's your poultice.
Yeah, she's not.
Tastes like Werther's.
All right,
Wait,
boys,
who's that
let's set
again?
this table up. I'm shutting her down.
All right.
Oh, that's all we're talking
What were you
about.
saying, Anthony?
We didn't even get through saying just keeping it common.
We didn't do anything
I mean,
tonight.
we just kind of danced around it.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
enjoyed each other's company today.
Yeah, and I'm okay with
And
that.
we hope
It's
you
all
enjoy
about
our company as well.
holidays.
We're going to continue doing
Wait,
it.
when are we doing presents?
After this.
When Cameron gets here.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.